Hi, my name is Reverend Will Mercer. I live in Manhattan. I've been doing the wedding business now for the past 16 years and in Manhattan for the past 2 years. And my background is in law, but I entered a very significant spiritual path of my own about 10 years ago, and from that ministry developed this whole business of performing weddings for young couples and for people who are a little bit farther along in life, who are looking for a new start in a wedding ceremony. I have performed weddings in Colorado and other parts of the country, but I've been here in Manhattan for the past 2 years and really enjoy the variety of people and the variety of venues that you can have a ceremony performed in, and all of the variations that that provides in how you produce the ceremony and what people are looking for in a ceremony. I help minister at church in Manhattan, and from that came the wedding activity, where I'm able to really provide a blessing for people in doing this kind of work, as in turn they provide a blessing for me in being people that I can work with in this particular venue. I do a variety of different kinds of wedding services. I can handle anything from a non-denominational service to a highly denominationalized Christian service. I also do other interfaith services and have done Buddhist weddings and Islamic weddings. It's a great joy. I also have had the gift of being able to do vow renewals as well as baptisms for some of the wedding couples that I've served earlier. I also can do memorials and funerals, but the great joy is in doing the weddings and the commitments, the same-sex commitment ceremonies that are increasingly asked for and which I'm happy to provide. If a couple is getting married in New York City, they can obtain their wedding license or their marriage license up to 60 days before the event. They must get it at least 24 hours before the event. And usually I hear from couples after they have selected the venue where they know the wedding is going to be held, and then they contact me to find out basically what kind of service they're going to have. Interestingly, brides and grooms sometimes think that a wedding is something that you pick off the shelf and say, how much do you charge for a wedding? And I usually slow them down to be certain that they know what it is they're asking, because some of them simply want a very basic wedding in which we insert names into a pre-prepared script. In other cases, they truly want a memorable ceremony that's unique to them, in which case there's a difference in price, obviously, but also a difference in the amount of effort and energy that we both put into it in order to give them exactly what they want for their memorable ceremony. The bulk of the weddings that I do are customized ceremonies, where the bride and groom are provided with vast materials to work with to select the wording that they prefer for various components of the wedding. But I also provide them with samples of other wedding ceremonies that have been constructed by people who share in their demographics. So if it's a first wedding without children, they have the opportunity to look at other ceremonies that are similar to their situation. By the same token, if a couple comes to me that already has children from prior relationships or marriages, then there might be different components, such as vows to children and other activities that you'd want to do to incorporate the children into the ceremony. I've had a really interesting year. I've been doing this in Manhattan now for about 2 years, and I connected early this year with a young Russian couple and performed their wedding for them about March. And within another few weeks after that, I got another couple from them, people who had attended their wedding and were interested in having me perform their ceremony. I subsequently hired the bride for the first wedding that I performed to do violin, or recommended her to play violin at other weddings that I performed. And that's led to yet another wedding from a group of friends of the original bride and groom. So it's sort of a daisy chain within that particular community, and it's taken me all over the New York area to perform these various services. But that's part of the fun of doing this work. I'll really go anywhere necessary to perform a wedding. I've been obviously all around the tri-state area here. I've also had couples from around the world, people from London or Austria who have contacted me to meet them in Central Park or at another venue of their choice. The real important factor that I want to deliver to young couples is to recognize that in engaging my services, they engage a resource, not just to perform the ceremony on the day of the wedding, but to also help answer questions and guide them through the process of knowing exactly what it is they want to do to create the ceremony that they have in mind. I always appear at the wedding venue at least an hour ahead of time. That's so that those last-minute details that are really beyond their ability to manage at that late stage are in the hands of someone who knows how to prepare for the event as it occurs. And also to take care of them from the standpoint of producing the wedding that they really want. It's not about me, it's about providing them with what they've asked for and what they've paid for. Well, I look forward to hearing from any of you who are about to be married or considering a date in the future. I often contract with people within weeks of the time that they are planning their wedding. I also contract with people who are looking 2 and 3 years out. It's really a matter of providing you with the service that you're looking for and giving you the attention that you really need to produce the wedding in the way that you have envisioned it.